Well, Glyn Hodges, there's been no midweek game and a full week of training after a brilliant victory last weekend. What has the mood been like in the camp?
Man, it's been great. Even after you can go back to the couple of days after Plymouth, really disappointed, but ironed out what we needed to do, and then we got the EFL Trophy, got the 2-0 victory against Brighton, and then followed up with a 1-0 away at Fleetwood. So that's collectively, everyone played their part, and this morning's session and all week, it's been tremendous, and they were really bright this morning. So looking forward to the weekend.
We've heard from a couple of players, and one in particular said last weekend he had the best overnight stay since he's been involved in a football club, and an experienced player as well. Yeah. What can you tell us about that?
All I can say is there's no alcohol involved, so I hope that people realise that. It was just I think it was the initiation ceremony, and it's the boys singing for their supper. What normally happens is the staff go in there, but I consciously said, we had a part away from them, because I think there's time for the boys to build their own little relationship and have their own camaraderie. So they had a in-house entertainment, and I think it went down very well, and I think there was a few sore stomachs just through laughing.
So you wasn't tempted yourself to get up there and have a go?
No. I think everyone's done it. Most of the staff, you come in the new building, you're a new member of staff, you got to get up and sing. So that's a Friday night. Is historically that's the time to do an overnight stay. And I think there's a couple of staff members still to do it. But it's brilliant. It's a good night.
In terms of looking ahead to this weekend, to begin with, you really like the fans to provide some of these banners and help to create a special atmosphere, even though they're not going to be there on Saturday.
Yeah, well, you go. You go to QPR, and they've got some banners in the corner. Obviously, they're home ground, and you see, you watch the football on the telly, and everyone's got these banners and special signs and special, sentences or sayings of whatever it is. So I just think that to make QPR our home. We've got a big stand opposite the dugout that we could probably put some of our own there. And I know there's been a big one at the Kenflo stand, things like that. But I think even when we go back to Plough Lane on the 3rd of November, if there's going to be no fans in, then let's decorate the place with as many banners as we can get, and it's to make it really feel like home. And you can't replace the fans, but we know that the flags are there, and it means something to the players.
It's the first day of October today. What plans have we put in place in plenty of advance for coping with this tough schedule of 8 games this month?
Well, I think the checker trade, so I can't say that. The EFL Trophy was one. We've had 2 games in that, so a lot of people have had 90 minutes in that. So we've had a report done from September's schedule, and everyone's had minutes and up to speed. So that's the main thing, because with the games coming up, we're going to need everybody, and everybody's fit and ready to go. And I've got a problem selecting the team, and having probably, as the weekend is, leave people out who probably didn't deserve to be left out. But that's football, and that's how it's going to be.
On 5 points out of 9 in the league so far this season, how would you assess this start, the first 3 games?
Well, no, excellent. We took that at the start, but then being greedy, you think we've left some out there. But we've just got to. I'm more pleased with the performance. I'm more pleased with the manner we've gone about it, and the new lads and the loans and the permanent signings have settled in really well. And you go into each game with confidence. So. It was a tough start last year, and we were behind for lots of time. So I'm just making sure that can we get our nose in front and stay in front of the pack that we've been in the last couple of years.
And since Wimbledon came back into the league, Accrington Stanley have always had battles with them. The club's similar to ourselves in that way, trying to punch above its weight. How much admiration have you got for their story?
Fantastic. I remember Accrington. I was at Blackburn. Early 2000s, and Accrington. We were going to play there with the 23s. We were going to use that as a home game. So I used to go there and was well aware of where Accrington have been and where they've come from. And he's I think John Coleman and his staff signed new contracts, so they've been rewarded with that, and quite right. They've done a great job, and they always get a good squad, and they do well in the loan markets particularly, and it's no easy game, and it'll be a tough one again.
Perhaps a bit similar to Plymouth in respect that they play football and it's real attack and stuff, isn't it? Is it similar in style in that way?
Yeah, but I think it got a mix. I think they can mix it up. That's the thing. I think it's a bit like you've got to have a few strings to your bow. You can't be labelled as this or labelled as that. And they've got a lot of threats. And we've just got to make sure we did that work today, understanding what they're going to throw at us. And I'm more concerned now, building up for tomorrow's session, is how we're going to go out about our business.
Team news, Jack Rudoni looked good in training today. Perhaps a bit soon for him, but the signs are good, aren't they?
Yeah, well again, he's, we've penciled him in. He's back in the group and he's a fit boy anyway. But it's going you can't take them minutes, them 90 minutes or them minutes within games. So we'll try and see if we can fit one in or squeeze one in before the next run of games we have, and he'll be back in the mix. But like I say, Rudy's probably one of the boys you could throw in and we'll cope with it because he's such a fit boy.
And Ollie, what's the latest with him?
Well, Ollie's he's getting back slowly. It's I think things are happening after surgery. Things either compensate or you have twinges here and there. And it's been a long time without him really getting the care he needed before and after the surgery. So it's a patient one. I said to him he's keen to be involved in every game, but we're just making sure that he's 100% right and fit and we're ready to go to make an impact.
Anyone else? We're all good to go?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Paul Osu and Nesta have both had one's had a bad. And Nesta's got a slight hamstring and Paul Osu's got a slight hip. But I'm hoping that they'll be fit for tomorrow to train.
Perhaps an extra spring in your step this week with the news about Plough Lane. How much are you looking forward to November 3rd?
Yeah, we do. I mean, you can't not. I mean, it's on there. It's been on the horizon for years and years, of course. And now you're close to the finishing line. It's close to getting there. I mean, it's a tough one because you don't want to lose focus on the fact that we're still at QPR. We're trying to make QPR a home with the banners and make it as as comfortable as possible for us. But you've got one eye on Plough Lane. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I think there's going to be 1 or 2 training sessions down there before. If the first game's under lights, then we're going to have to train under lights. So that's something that we're going to pencil in for the coming month.
Thanks for joining us, Glyn.
Okay, cheers. Thank you.